By the time he was 8 years old, he had lost 5 siblings. At 9, he was left for dead, only to awaken from a coma paralyzed. But he recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of body and mind. Bradley Quick is here to share with you his path from Skid Row junkie to successful talk show host, author, mentor, and motivational speaker. If you're looking for a better tomorrow, if you want a positive evolution, or if you're in need of a quick fix, you're in the right place. Now kick back and get ready for the top experts in the field of body, mind, and soul. Here on the Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quick Fix here on Cool Change Radio, your home for positive answers and the place for you to find that life and health solution you've been looking for. We're right here right now to inform you to the latest life enhancement techniques in many different areas, including health, fitness, nutrition, psychology, finance, weight loss, and a whole variety of other wonderful and life-empowering topics. Today's show is brought to you by the Cool Change Foundation. If you're fond of our show, if we brought you some breakthrough solutions, or you just want to help us stay on the air, come on, please donate today. Think about it. We make life better for mom and dad. We make life better for the children. We make life better for the children. We make life better for the family. Everybody wins. And it's 100% tax deductible. No donation is ever too small. You can donate right now at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. And remember, it's time for a cool change with the Cool Change Foundation. Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Bradley Quick. I'm here as always to discuss solutions with you. I'm here to talk to you about having a better life experience and becoming the best you that you can be. Our guest today is Damona Hoffman. Dear Mrs. D. That's right, you heard me right. Dear Mrs. D. Her experiences in online and offline dating, TV casting, marketing techniques, personal branding, and communication. She's going to show you how to find the most significant person in your life. Hey, Deanna, you ready for a great show? Damona.
Yes, I'm ready.
I love it. Will you sit tight? We'll be right with you, okay? All right. Thank you all for joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, BradleyQuick.com, and on Facebook.com. As you know, you can catch our live and recorded video shows and interviews on those sites and many other websites. And as always, you can listen to our archived audio interviews, hundreds of them. Your favorite topics, favorite experts, and favorite personalities at BradleyQuick.com. And if you're not hanging out on CoolChangeRadio.com, BradleyQuick.com is definitely the place to be. Later, my buddy, former Mr. Universe Paul Medrano, will be here with us talking about fitness and healthy living in our Getting Fit with Mr. Universe segment. It's all going to happen shortly, so stay put. And make a note, if you'd like to chime in with a question for my guest today, just pick up your phone and call the show right now at 818-824-9123. That's 818-824-9123. Again, this time write it down for future use and use it right now. 818-824-9123. Okay, we do practically everything online these days. Communicate with friends, locate businesses, shop, you name it. So why shouldn't we be meeting someone special online, huh? Why shouldn't that be any different? It sounds easy enough, but with so many options out there, finding the right one can seem overwhelming. That isn't the right person, but that's the right place to go maybe to find a person. Joining us now on the Quick Fix Show on the Cool Change Radio and TV Network is one who will help you understand the world of online dating by first helping you to better understand yourself, the person you are truly looking for, and where to find them. Her name is Dear Mrs. D. Hey, dear Mrs. D, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Bradley.
Damona Hoffman. How'd you come up with Dear Mrs. D?
D is a nickname that I've had for a long time, with Damona being my first name. And I worked hard for getting the ring online, meeting my husband online, so I wanted to have Mrs. in there.
How long
as well.
were you online before you met your husband?
I did it for a couple of years, on and off.
Really?
Yeah. It's rare to meet somebody that's done it consecutively for a long period of time.
Well, you've done it from 2001, haven't you?
Yeah, that's when I first started. Yeah.
Wow, you're an old timer in this business.
Sort of. I know.
That was
people say I'm an early adopter.
Exactly. Well, you got your start in hooking up people or making things happen for people by casting at CBS, right?
Yeah, actually, I was doing online dating at the same time that I was.
You were online dating at CBS?
Oh, no. Separately when I went home. But I found that a lot of the techniques that I would teach actors and how to stand out and how to present themselves to a casting director were very similar to what I would tell a dater, or what I would tell myself when I was online dating, how I would present myself.
But branding yourself out there and making good impressions, it's kind of a facade, isn't it?
Oh, not at all.
Come
Not
on
at
now.
all.
I mean, we want to be authentic. How do we?
You want to be authentic, but you have to keep in mind that you're meeting someone in a specific environment. So you don't want to tell somebody you just met your deepest, darkest secrets all the
come
time.
on. Come on.
That's
is
something you
why
work
they all,
up
Is that why they
to.
all slapped the door on me, right?
That must be the
Let me
reason,
out of this car.
We figured it all out. We're done here.
We're
Yeah.
done. It's all over now. But you've led many people to successful careers.
I've
And
led
to,
people's successful careers and successful relationships.
Well,
so.
but the careers came first, and you saw that you could do this, right?
Yeah. The paths kind of went separately and then eventually melded together.
So there are hundreds of dating sites online. Okay, and
Thousands,
they're coming up
actually.
thousands of them, but they're all over, and they all claim this, they all claim that. And what makes yours so different? What makes MrsD.com so different?
Well, I don't actually run a dating site. I coach people. So what I do is I take those skills that I've developed in personal marketing and I help apply them towards whatever dating site is the best fit for you. So sometimes I'll help people find a dating site, and then from there I help them craft a profile that's going to attract the person that they're looking for.
So you're in the branding business,
Right.
I got it. Now I put the two and two together.
We don't need another dating site.
No, we don't need another dating. So is that how you started coaching people in online dating? It's just because you were so good at putting things together that you decided that somebody, because of the necessity of being online for so many people to do all kinds of funny things, right? Mm-hmm. That we might as well make them prepared to find that person, right?
Yeah. Well, I actually started really with my own success. When I met my husband, I had friends and family members come to me and say, well, I tried online dating. It didn't really work for me. So I'd say, well, let me see your profile. And I'd realize that there was a message there that they didn't realize they were sending, or their profile just really didn't accurately represent who they were and who they were looking for. So I did a little profile magic, and then people started calling me and saying, hey, I met somebody.
Wow.
So about 6 years ago, I said, maybe I should really do this.
Really?
And that's how it evolved from there.
That's incredible. So how do you get your clients prepared to meet the perfect life partner?
Well, I think you have to really start with figuring out yourself and figuring out what you bring to the table. I think a lot of times people dive into not just online dating, but dating in general, looking for someone that's, kind of filling a hole, or just looking for someone because it gives them something to do.
Oh, I'm so confident that this is the one. This is the one. We had such good chemistry online. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's too much pressure, and then you're not having fun with the dating experience, which it should be fun.
So how do you make sure that these people understand themselves well enough to find a life partner?
We do coaching work, and so I'll have someone draw up an ideal scene for what they want their life to be when they have that person in it. So we do a lot of work on not just the self and how you, what qualities you want to present, and what qualities you actually have first, and then what you want to present to the outside world, and then also like what is that ideal person beyond height, weight, the physical characteristics that really don't matter. What does that person treat you like? What are the values that they would have, and really get to the root of that person's essence.
So are there rules out there that are rules different than dating rules? Different, I met you in a store or I met you at a restaurant. Is there different rules that would apply to online dating? Would apply in that situation?
Many of the rules, once you get to meet in person, many of the rules are very similar. I do have some rules for the online part.
These are the rules. You sign the papers.
Yeah, you have to get offline as quickly as possible. That's the biggest mistake that I see people making.
Is that because we're a kid in a candy store? Oh, here's something better, or here's something more?
Well, that can certainly happen, whether you're online or meeting somebody in person. But you tend to create this idea of a person that may or may not be accurate.
So when you say get offline, that means
meet in person.
Yeah, meet in person or talk on the phone or something?
I say 3 exchanges online before you actually connect. And then you should connect by phone, ideally first, kind of suss each other out. And at the end of that phone call, somebody should be making a move to meet in person, or it's probably not progressing.
Not progressing the way that it should.
Right.
What's the most important thing to include in your profile?
Well,
Other than your picture.
I was going to say pictures speak 1,000 words.
Yeah.
And so your picture is definitely important, but an authentic picture, not,
Not one 15 years
an
ago? Come on.
airbrushed glamour shot. No. But it's really important to be honest. And I think people forget that online. They think they're creating this
Facade,
illusion,
right.
this facade. And, a fantasy profile will only get you a fantasy relationship. If you're looking for a real relationship, you have to be real online.
Now, we're in California. I know that people watch this show from all over the country and all over the world, but we're in California, and you say that they're enforcing, the legal people are enforcing guidelines for online dating in California. What's up with that?
Yeah, Illinois as well. A number of states are actually putting some procedures in place with the major sites like Match.com and eHarmony, where they are checking their rosters against lists of people that have committed crimes, or the kind of people that you wouldn't actually want to date on a website, to give people that are using the sites more peace of mind that the people that you're meeting are quality.
I was only convicted of 4 counts of attempted murder once. What's up with that?
Now we will know the truth.
It's in my book. You haven't read my book yet. We got more to talk to you about when we come back here. Okay, is that fair enough?
Thanks, Brad.
All right, stay put, everybody. If you got a habit you want to change, how would you do things differently to better your life experience if you could? Well, we just might have some insight for you. I'm here with Damona Hoffman. Dear Mrs. D, her expertise is in online and offline dating. Whether you need a step-by-step guidance or a do-it-yourself guide or just a little encouragement, she's here for you. This is the Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio. We're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. I'm Bradley Quick, and yes, we'll be right back.
Today, experience the Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
Have you been to years of counseling and therapy only to realize that you're pretty much the same? If you're tired of reliving old patterns and convincing yourself that you're changing each time when you're really not, I've got someone that can definitely help. Meet my buddy Dr. Kevin Fleming of Gray Matters International. He's got some innovative coaching solutions just for you. He's a former neuropsychologist turned life coach for the purpose of helping you better your life through science and personal coaching. It's always better to have a coach. Just ask your favorite star athlete or executive. They'll tell you getting coached will take you to the next level and beyond. Dr. Kevin Fleming today. Call him at 877-606-6161. That's 877-606-6161 for a free consultation. He's on the phone for you at 877-606-6161 for your free consultation. My buddy Dr. Kevin Fleming. Hey, welcome back. You're listening to The Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place for positive change. I'm Bradley Quick. We're right here right now to help you gain the upper hand in becoming all that you want to be. This segment is brought to you by my buddies at GapZip.com. That's GAPZIP.com. They ask, how do you think? They say how you think is more important than what you think. And it's one of the chief reasons why many of you get stuck when you try to take the next step in your career or personal relationships. Hey, I'm joined by these two dynamic guys all the time from GapZip.com. They actually teach people how to think. One was a monk for 35 years, and the other one of the world's most famous strategic thinkers and innovators. So go to GapZip.com so you too can learn a new way to think. That's GAPZIP.com. For those of you just joining us on Cool Change Radio, Facebook.com or BradleyQuick.com, welcome. You can listen to this show again to hundreds of hours of other self-discovery content anytime you want by simply going to www.BradleyQuick.com. There you can also sign up for our weekly radio show email reminder, where once a week you'll receive the most recent interviews in the comfort of your own home or office, and you can listen at your convenience. Make sure not to miss your favorite authors, experts, or personalities. You can also podcast any of our shows or just listen to us anytime from anywhere at BradleyQuick.com. As long as you're surfing now, you might as well go to YouTube, Cool Change Radio. Cool Change Radio on YouTube. Believe it or not, we're on YouTube now. We've got about 320,000 views in about 2 weeks. Pretty good. We're making pretty good headway there. I think we've got 30 or 40 videos up there, and it's just incredible. Your favorite people are there, too. Stay in touch with us. You can subscribe as well on Cool Change Radio is our channel now on YouTube.com. That's Cool Change Radio on YouTube. Our guest today is Damona Hoffman, a.k.a. Dear Mrs. D. That's amazing. She was an early adopter of the online dating trend since 2001. At that time, she was working in television casting for CBS. She began applying her techniques for actors towards her online dating career and realized that everything was better off. The branding was better, the response was better, and she was more prepared. So she decided to make it into a business where she's now helping you do that same thing. Hey, welcome back, Damona.
Thank you.
Welcome in before you find your camera here. There we go. There's your camera. So what are some of the latest trends in online dating going on right now?
Oh, there's a lot of cool stuff happening now in online dating that go beyond just the classic site and with your username and your tagline.
Right.
Now there are sites that gather around a particular interest. Or, there's niche sites, so, it could be a religious background, or it could be like
meetup type thing?
It's kind of, but it's like whatever you're interested in. If you really like hiking, it could be like, hiking, cool hiking people.
Right.
And that could be a new dating site. There's
right,
so many.
What they're offering groups of to experience something that would bring people together.
It's a community that you would go through the same online dating process, but you know that everybody there also likes hiking, for example.
Right.
There are also sites that create your profile based on what you're interested in doing. So sites like Nerve or like How About We, where you post what you want to do for your date or what you've done in the last week, and that's how people find you instead of an arbitrary username that you make up. Wow. So those are a couple of the trends. Also, there's mobile dating, which is like taking your dating site with you. Wow. So it's like dating is becoming more social. So you want to, you meet a cute girl, you want to show your friends who she is. So you take it out with you. When it used to be that online dating was something that like you did in the privacy
under the
of your own
covers,
home.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then location-based dating is also getting
what is
very
location-based
popular.
dating? Is
That's
just what it
using the
sounds?
same kind of technology where you check in somewhere and it'll tell you the other singles that use that site that are in that area. So you might have heard of there's a site called Grindr that's for gay and bisexual daters as well, daters or hookuppers. Now they've launched a site for straight daters called Blender, where you're trying to meet people that are local. Some say those are just hookup sites, but other people actually really use them to, you're out on a Friday night. And
any site could be perceived as a hookup site.
Well, yeah.
I know when I first got into online dating, I went kind of crazy. I was like a kid in a candy store. But at the same time, it was like a bull in a china shop, because there were a lot of sincere ladies out there that weren't interested in just the hook up and wham, bam, gee, thanks. And so it didn't work the way I perceived it. But I just got hot and frenzied there for a while.
Well, I always say to people, if you just want hookups online, you can do that yourself. But, when people come to me, they're generally looking for a relationship. So I try to teach people how to navigate it without having to go through that process of meeting the people that don't want the same things that they do.
Well, what tools can online daters use to improve their results?
There are a lot of tools on many of the major sites that I find that people don't take advantage of. Like on Match, for example, there's a feature called Mutual Match, where it takes the fields that you checked and matches them against what the other person is looking for. And if you are both what one another wants, it lets you know that it gives you a roster of those people.
Give you a percentile that you're the same or something like that?
Yeah, it'll say exactly. It'll say how much you match that person, or reverse match where you have the qualities that this other person is looking for, and maybe your criteria was a little too rigid, but you match everything that person needs.
Is that pretty common to have those categories on sites?
Yeah, there are all sorts of tools and different ways to search. I find a lot of times my clients end up doing the same search. I'm looking for a guy between 35 and 45 living in this area and that area, and then they get frustrated that they're not getting any new results. So, like, sometimes you can do a keyword search on sites. I say, try doing that. You want to meet somebody that has a great sense of humor, put that in.
I have friends that have gone in the dating site game, and they experience, and they have had no results. I'm both male and female.
That's how most of my clients start. They come to me saying, I tried online dating, it didn't work for me. And inevitably there's something, it's very hard to create a profile where you're talking about yourself in a way that is attracting that person that you want, and is flattering without being, arrogant.
Over rambunctious.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So, and knowing also some red flags and knowing what people tend to say, I help people craft a profile that's really unique and also unique to them and what they're looking for.
What is a characteristic, or what should people look for that would, so they know in their inner being that they're ready for a serious relationship? Because a serious relationship is a big task.
Yeah.
It's not just a little thing. I mean, everybody's got one, so they think, but we're not looking behind closed doors. This is something really big, isn't it?
Because I'm also a coach, I don't just take people in and give them this false sense of, that they'll go on online dating and all of their problems will be solved.
Fantastic. Yes.
So, sometimes I'll say to someone, this doesn't seem like the right time for you, based on things that you're going on in your life.
What would draw that comment from you?
It depends on what they tell me. I usually, when I do an initial consultation for someone, I let them tell me where they are in life right now and why they're looking for a relationship. And a lot of times the challenges that people have in relationships, they end up putting out there right at the beginning, and that a lot of times ends up in their profile. You wouldn't believe the number of profiles where I could tell you exactly what somebody's relationship history was just from reading their profile. Instead of saying in their About Me section, instead of saying what they want, they talk about all the things that they didn't like about their last boyfriend.
Right. And what is the truth is we always attract the same type of individual unless we change ourselves. How true is that statement?
It's completely true. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with anything in life. Like, I always go and buy the same pair of black pants, and it's like sometimes you need a little color in your life, and that might enhance it in a different way.
Her name is Damona Hoffman, a.k.a. Dear Mrs. D. Her expertise is online and offline dating, TV casting, marketing techniques, and more. You can check her out at www.dearmrsd.com. That's MRSD.com, dearmrsd.com. What are some of the mistakes that daters make when meeting a person, other than just throwing it all out on the line?
Well, yeah, people put too much pressure on that first date a lot of times. Like, they're thinking, like, is this person the one? And not even really hearing that person's story. And, being able to tell a story is really important. Like, on a profile, a lot of times people just list this is what I want, or this is what I am. I'm funny, but they don't give anything to back that up. So especially when you're meeting someone face to face, you want to think about some stories that you can share with that person to demonstrate the qualities that you talk about in your profile.
Now, I've had the experience, I've dated a few times in my life, and I've had the experience of getting someone on the phone after I've had just a great day out doing something or another, and it's all about me all of a sudden. It really shouldn't be all about me, should it?
No, it's like playing a game of tennis. You want to be able to, hit the ball back and forth, and ultimately in a long-term relationship, you're looking for somebody that can meet you on your level.
Right, but you need the banter.
You need to listen
don't you?
and respond. Yeah.
Right. Not guess what? And you just get all excited about something.
Yeah, but I always say, like, I think chemistry is a little bit of a nebulous thing, and particularly on a first date. I think people put so much stock in, do I have chemistry? And I always say, don't think about if this person is going to be your wife in 5 years. Think about,
How about my
am I
life
enjoying
tomorrow?
am I enjoying having a conversation with them?
Right.
I always say, don't make a decision really about them until you get to at least the third date if there's something interesting there that you want to
Don't
learn
make
more.
a decision about them till at least the third date.
Yeah. So if there's no chemistry, I mean, I use the word chemistry. If there's no physical attraction at all, if they say something that offends you, if there's something that makes you absolutely not want to spend another hour with them, then it's okay to call it quits. But if there's something that intrigues you about the person, if there's something that makes you want to see them a second time, I don't think you have to go all the way to, is this person the one? Just think, okay, I'll see them a second time and maybe a third.
Okay, well, let's see me a second time and maybe a third, okay? So we're going to go to a break right now. We are coming back, believe it or not, okay? All right, everybody. This segment has been brought to you by the guys at GapZip.com. They say thoughts are things. Thoughts lead to actions, which lead to results. So if you're sick and tired of your results, take a look at your thinking. Visit them right now at www.gapzip.com. They consult with celebrities and dynamic leaders all over the world, and they just might help you too. That's GapZip.com. This is Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to reshape your vision of what's possible. We'll be right back.
There are self-help seminars costing thousands of dollars guaranteeing miraculous transformations. There are compelling speakers and life-changing weekend experiences where you can walk on fire. They all deliver revelations that guarantee you'll come back for the more expensive revelations filled with even greater wonder next month on Fiji. We get addicted to positive, heartfelt, expensive theater. What we really need is a jumpstart, an awakening, someone who can give us a reminder that everything we need lies within. Through inspiration and practical knowledge, Dorothy Donahue helps people get grounded and motivated, inspired and energized. It's not just words and affirmations and the power of intention. It's a mindset brought about by a tangible, transcendental experience, an audio-visual, physical, spiritual experience that helps us realize we transform ourselves. We get tools to become the conscious co-creators of lives of unlimited potential. Find out more. Go to DorothyDonahue.com. You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
I'm Melody Beattie, author of Codependent No More. 7 times more Americans have hepatitis C than AIDS. I'm one of them. If you're one of the millions of Americans with hepatitis C and your doctors are treating you with interferon, then you're clearly aware of how your life has been turned horribly upside down. Backed by huge pharmaceutical monies, the medical community swears there's only one dangerous, disabling way to battle this silent killer. It's not true. There are alternatives, and they work. Triumph Over Hepatitis C is a book written by best-selling author Lloyd Wright, who fully recovered from this frightening disease. Lloyd is helping others to take charge of their lives and fight for their body's freedom from this crippling illness. His program is working for me. Call the people at Hepatitis C Free now at 866-HEP-C-FREE. That's 866-HEP-C-FREE. Don't become another medical statistic. Find out the truth about hepatitis C and get your life back.
Get your copy of Triumph Over Hepatitis C at Barnes & Noble and at hepatitiscfree.com. Call 866-HEP-C-FREE.
Welcome back. You're listening to Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to find your passion and purpose. I'm Bradley Quick, and right here, right now, to provide you with alternative solutions to the issues in your life. Hey, I want to share with you a great opportunity. I'm going to Teotihuacan, Mexico in June. That's right. It'll be my 3rd time to visit Teotihuacan. I'll be staying at the Dreaming House down there with my buddy Lee McCormick and the woman that runs it, Emily Greaves. Teotihuacan is at the base of the Toltec Pyramids in Teotihuacan, Mexico. It's amazing. You're flying to Mexico City, hop on the van, take it up to 7,000 feet elevation, and there you are. And then we go on a 5-day journey through the pyramids, through the portals of the pyramids. It's incredible. It's so revealing. It's unbelievable. And you get out of the matrix, the social matrix here, and get into the spiritual matrix, get into the Toltec spiritual matrix and study that Toltec wisdom. Your life will be different. I know it's changed my life dramatically. You can check them out at www.spiritrecovery.com. That's spiritrecovery.com. Click on the Journeys link. They also go to Machu Picchu a couple times a year. They're doing a soul care journey in Joshua Tree here in Southern California. Coming up, we'll be broadcasting the show live from there and doing some great interviews. Check them out. You don't want to pass this great opportunity up. If you can't take advantage of it now, they go down to Teotihuacan at least 3, 4, 5 times a year. Stay at the Dreaming House. It's a great place, a great experience. www.spiritrecovery.com. That's spiritrecovery.com. Click on the Journeys link and join us on the pyramids, okay? You got that? Oh, by the way, you'll get a discount if you mention the show. She runs her website, www.dearmrsd.com. That's MRSD. DearMrsD.com. She coaches private clients in both online and offline dating and holds monthly seminars and mixers. She also has written D is for Dating, a guide to successful online dating, and is a monthly contributor for JD Date with articles focused on the in-person portion of online dating. Her name is Damona Hoffman, a.k.a. Mrs. D. Mm-hmm. Her expertise is making dates for you, right?
That's right.
That's right. That's all what it's all about. How do men and women date differently? Online dating?
Well, I think that a lot of times women come to it, like a lot of my clients come to me at a point in their life where they're ready to get married and settle down, and they can sometimes put too much pressure on the process of online dating and in general in dating and trying to find like Mr. Right.
Oh, you're it. Oh, you're it. Oh, you're it.
Yeah. And with men, a lot of times it's like the kid in the candy store thing that you were talking about. And a lot of times they'll end up like dating, younger women because they're available to them online in a way where, if they were at another social engagement, they might not come across women that were younger than them. So
available for dating that are younger and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So I get a lot of complaints from my female clients that are in their 30s or 40s that the men are all looking for women that are 10 years younger and the guys their age are looking at them.
Isn't that standard, though, 10 to 15 years younger?
I say it's kind of a human nature thing. And like online dating, as in a lot of things online, kind of is sort of just a microcosm of our society. At large. So you just see the same things playing out. But I always tell people, like, there's someone out there that's the right fit for you. And so you have to learn how to reduce
after you've got over the testosterone boost, right? The estrogen boost, whatever it is, and you get over the panting moment where you say, okay, this is about a relationship. This is about me getting involved in a relationship with somebody significant that I can hold and cherish in my heart. And so when that happens, it's a whole nother game, isn't it?
Yeah. And, it really does take a commitment to be ready to meet that person.
How do you convey that in a I guess your profile, but how do I convey that when I see a girl I like online and I want to send a message to her? What's the best way to go about doing that?
You really have to be authentic, and you have to. People really respond to someone that's taken the time to read their profile and write a sincere message to them. There are a lot of people that
do we write long messages? Or
no, they
short
don't have
messages?
to be long. But I usually say you should include 3 things. You should say something about what you noticed in their profile, something about yourself that they can read in your own profile, and then create an image of yourself and them in the future. So if you both said that you love Hawaii, then maybe you say at the end, maybe one day we'll both find each other in Kona.
Now, in putting together a profile, whether I'm male or female, does it need to be 5 paragraphs? Does it need to be a sentence and a half? Tell me about it.
Short is better as long as it has a lot of useful information. You really need to have stories that back up the things that you say. So if you say that you have a great sense of humor,
You better make somebody laugh.
Well, but it's all relative. Like what one person thinks is a great sense of humor, the other person might not. So give an example of that, or tell a story that cracked up a room of people. So you want to back up any story that you have, any statement that you have with some sort of a tangible story where someone can see that.
How many times have you heard, it's so hard to write about me? It's so hard to write about me. Do you hear that all the time?
I do. And that's really why I help people and, kind of tease those those stories out. But I also say you want to have a balanced profile. So you don't just want to talk about everything you're good at.
No, but you don't want to talk about everything you're good at. You may want to talk about what you have interest in, what spikes your interest, what you're curious about, right? But it also and this is a question, but when it says, "Tell us about you," that's the part to tell you about you, right? And if it says who you're looking for, that's the part to say who you're looking for, right?
Right.
We should be. Should you be specific in answering the certain questions?
You definitely should be specific. And the more specific your answers are, the better. Generally, the better your matches and dates will be. A lot of times, people say more generic things, sometimes not knowing that they're generic, and sometimes because they don't want to turn people off. And then they end up with a flooded inbox of people that they don't really want to go out with, or no messages because people don't get a sense of who they truly are and they don't stand out.
Well, what are some of the red flags for people that they should avoid if they see this or see that or read this or read that?
Well, first of all, if you're looking for a relationship and somebody says that they're
hook up,
they're looking for hook up, or and a lot of times that you can read in the profile too. Or see in their photos. Like if they have all their photos are like partying photos, they're probably not looking for you to be their wife right now. So, I always say you have to hear what people tell you the first time and don't make them prove it to you again and again.
Right.
So,
but isn't that like reading between the lines? Isn't that kind of hard to do?
I think if your antenna are up,
Beep, beep,
I
beep,
think
beep,
you
beep,
can
beep, beep.
you can spot it pretty easily. Yeah. And you really want to be clear about what you're looking for, and that will generally turn off the people that are not that thing.
Right. So what if I don't want to tell anybody that I'm online dating? Is that I'm embarrassed? I don't want anybody to know I'm online dating. Then what?
Yeah, a lot of people say that to
Really?
me. Yeah, and they get scared to put up a photo because what if somebody sees you there? But
Well,
I always say, if someone sees you there, then they're there too.
Yeah.
So, you have a much higher chance of getting a response if you put up a photo. And sometimes you just got to put yourself out there, whether it's going up and talking to a girl in a bar or putting your profile up and sending out a message. You have to really be committed to the process, and I think that's what really separates your results sometimes. If you really are being proactive and sending messages, and I say that to both men and women, and really showing up for the online dating experience.
Her name is Damona Hoffman, a.k.a. Dear Mrs. D. Her expertise is online and offline dating. She developed her expertise as TV casting, marketing techniques, and a whole lot more. She's really an expert at what she does. She coaches you how to do this right. You can check her out at www.dearmrsd.com. That's MRS, dearmrsd.com. www.dearmrsd.com. Is there one or two things that somebody can do that is new to online dating to ensure that they're going to meet somebody?
They have to be proactive.
They got to get out and work it.
Men or women, they have to be proactive and send messages. I usually tell my clients 5 to 10 messages in a week. Also, I usually tell people to be on more than one site. It's kind of like I say, if you're on a Friday night, you get to go to one bar, and maybe you don't have such a great time because you didn't find anyone you were attracted to. But if you'd just gone to the bar next door, your perfect mate might have been there. So you can be at 2 bars at once.
If I'm a woman, and that guy is so cute. I looked at his profile; he's so nice. Maybe he'll write me.
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah.
Then
yeah.
what? Should women take the
I think you have to
initiative here?
Be proactive. Like I'll tell you a story from my own
Go
experience.
ahead. Please tell me a story.
When my husband initially wrote to me, he was not coming up in any of my searches because he and I are the same age. But I was thinking I needed an older, more distinguished man, and I was searching a year to 10 years older.
Right.
So he didn't come up in any of my searches. The minute I saw his profile, I was like, he's the perfect guy for me.
Right? Was it that quick?
I knew when I saw his profile, but I still, when we met in person, like it's different from the profile, and you have to let that experience be what it is, and not create this fantasy online before you meet this person. So if I had if he hadn't written to me, I wouldn't have found him. So you might just be this much outside of the person's
So step out, whether you're
criteria.
male or female. Don't think, oh my God, this would be nice only if. Take that
Yeah.
initiative.
Winks and
Do
pokes
me,
are
do
a
me a
waste of
favor.
time.
Do me a favor, and will you hang in here with me with the fourth quarter?
Sure.
But you got to help me kick that Mr. Universe out of here. He's going to come around the corner in just a minute. You and me are going to kick him out, okay?
Okay.
All right, this is great. Here you are on Cool Change Radio. We're doing all kinds of great things today. We're here with Mrs. D herself, all right? Stay put, everybody. You're in the right place. Cool Change Radio would like to welcome all our new talk show hosts. We got a bunch of them coming up. Stay in touch with Cool Change Radio. You can find out more about what we're doing. We're coming right back with more Mrs. D. I don't believe this is amazing. Mrs. D, what a great thing. This is Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement here on your Solutions Radio Network. We'll be right back. Get quality goods for less from Bag City, serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Up to 70% below retail on everything. Coin purses, wallets, organizers, purses, briefcases, backpacks, travel and garment bags, and ladies' and men's leather jackets. All discounted, all up to 70% below retail. Bag City, the best for less? Bag City serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Contact Bag City at 818-990-1795. That's Bag City, quality goods for less money. Bag City, where 15% of all sales go to local charities. You can't beat that. You help local charities while getting quality goods at up to 70% below retail. Contact Bag City now at 818-990-1795. Contact Bag City today and get quality goods for less money. That's 818-990-1795. Shop Bag City to save. Shop Bag City for charity. Bag City, 818-990-1795.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
Today, experience the Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
All righty, welcome back. Thank you all for joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, Facebook.com, and BradleyQuick.com. As you know, you can catch our live and video recorded shows on CoolChangeRadio.com and over 700 hours of my best audio interviews, your favorite topics and personalities at BradleyQuick.com. This is Cool Change Radio. As you well know, we're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. You know, we're famous for being your home for self-improvement and a place for positive life enhancement. I want you to know we're being supported in large part by one of my favorite charities, the Cool Change Foundation. The foundation was created to help families and all the children in those families. They do that by providing positive transformational life enhancement methods and techniques to those children's caretakers, usually moms and dads, so they may overcome negative habits and become better role models and providers for the kids. As a direct result, the children's home and family life becomes more nurturing and loving. It always does. You can help the Cool Change Foundation help the mom, dads, and kids in your community. You can do that right now. Simply send your donation of love and support, and a little bit of money too, directly to the foundation at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Once there, simply click on the Support Us link at the top of the page. You'll be helping us help the children. Again, that's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Click on the Support Us link at the top of the page. You'll be helping us today. Every penny counts. No donation is ever too small, and the children need your help. From all of us here at Cool Change Radio, we thank you for your support. All right. Joining us once again is Damona Hoffman, a.k.a. Dear Mrs. D. You can actually go there, dearmrsd.com, dearmrsd.com. She was an early adopter of the online dating trend since 2001. At that time, she was working in television casting for CBS. She began applying her techniques for actors towards her own online dating career and met her husband, as a matter of fact, and realized that the better branding came across when she prepared everybody to do this stuff. Hey, welcome back, Damona.
Thank you.
Where's your camera? There's your camera. So we were talking about online yoga dating.
Yeah. If only there could be a dating niche site for yogis.
You pose together, you go together. Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, I've done partner yoga. That'd be pretty good. But
is that like? Isn't that like what was the game, the Hasbro game where you put your hand here and you put your hand there and
oh yeah, like Twister.
Twister, yeah. Was partner?
We should do like a yoga dating.
Partner yoga is
mixer.
like a Twister, right?
And we'll just get a bunch of Twister boards, and then everybody
will. You're so cute. You're so cute. I'm going to put your microphone over just like that a little bit more. Why? Because we like you.
Oh, thank you.
MICKEYMOUSE. So tell me why. What is the greatest experience that you have aside from meeting your husband in online dating? What is the greatest experience you've had been as a coach? You've had as a coach in online dating? The
greatest experience. Like the results, or
yeah.
Well, I think it's all part of all part of the process of dating. So I have five weddings, 1 additional engagement, and 3 babies to my credit, not including my own.
Wow.
Since I started doing this, so I think the results kind of speak for themselves, and clearly there's something.
What courses or what do you offer your clients at www.dearmrsd.com?
Most of my clients, I start with an online dating profile polish, and so we do a 1-hour coaching session, kind of figure out get a starting point, and from there I move on to 3 and 6 month coaching packages, so that we can, now that we have the great profile that's attracting the person, we have to figure out what to do from the remaining steps to get to the altar.
So is this comparable to a monthly charge for an online dating service?
No, it's not. It's not the same. Like they would be doing also whatever site that they choose, and a lot of times
I understand. But is the fee that your company charges? It's
totally separate. Like as a coach, that you would have for anything in your life. If you were looking for a career, you.
This is an online dating coaching
Same
service.
thing. If you are trying to get better at tennis, you hire a tennis coach. So if you're trying to get better at dating, you hire a dating coach.
Let's hire a dating coach. That's the next best thing to being there, isn't it?
Sometimes I wish I could go with my clients on the dates.
Really?
I do. Because you only hear one side of the story. And, ultimately that's the side that matters in helping someone improve on any dating mistakes that they're making. But
that goes...
For me, it'd be fun.
Just what you just said right there is everybody's perception is different, isn't it?
Sure, absolutely.
And so in order really to hear somebody, you've really got to be open to hearing somebody, not hearing them based on your perception and your experience, right?
Yeah, and on a date, I think it's very, it's key to your experience to be open to hearing what the dater has to say, instead of trying to judge and think, do they hit all of these boxes on my list? Like really being present on the date is very important.
Yeah, staying in the moment, staying in the now.
Yeah, just like in yoga.
Just like in yoga.
Oh
Wow, yoga. I did yoga the other day. It'd been 15 years since
Really?
I did yoga. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I was a trooper. I made it all the way through. I held the wall for a little bit, But it was, I made it through. It was amazing.
That's how a lot of my daters feel.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah. It's very painful in the moment. They hold the wall.
Do they sweat?
They sweat a ton. And then in the end, they're like, okay, that wasn't so bad. I'll do it again.
Now, are these mostly people that haven't experienced the online dating that you're coaching, or people that have experienced it and want something more out of it?
Oh, I have a variety of people. Some people say, I've tried online dating and it never worked.
Doesn't work.
Some people say, well, I've done it, but I'm coming back to it, and it's been a number of years. And, the sites have changed a little bit as they've evolved, as any technology does. So it's really a variety, and I just meet people where
I remember
their needs are.
hearing the man who started eHarmony.com. His first client was a woman, and he described who she was and what part of the country she was in, and she kept on writing on the help button. I'm not getting any responses. Now, she was the only one on the site. Everybody else was a figment that this guy had manufactured.
Well, it's kind of disturbing, but
Yeah,
that
was
is
the
actually
truth. That was the truth.
That is an issue with some dating sites where they either buy profiles from another site, and I think online dating is perfectly safe, and a lot of sites are doing really good. But just to make listeners aware of the downfalls that are out there, sometimes they'll create profiles for people that don't really exist,
Right.
and you have to just you have to know when you're if this person, like, there's some red flags if they don't want to meet you in person. Like some sites I've even heard of, like they'll have somebody that's like working in the office that will go online and chat with you. Or I've heard of scams where there are people that will like record a conversation.
There's also people that are out of the country that don't mean the right thing. That
Yeah. And as soon as if somebody won't meet you in person, or at least, Skype, I do have a client that met someone that she was in Seattle and he was in Miami. And I had always said no Skype dates, but what do you do in that case? And now they're engaged and she's moved to Miami. So I've also had to evolve as the technology has evolved. But if somebody, the biggest red flag, like when you hear those stories, if somebody got swindled out of hundreds of thousands of dollars, like the minute somebody asks you for money from an online dating site,
see you later.
That's the end of it.
I also know a friend of mine who I will not mention his name. He made millions and millions of dollars in online dating and in the X-rated original stuff that was on the computer back in the early 90s. And he was just hand over fist, But they would set up sites where they would have these video sites and have these young ladies working for them they did not say they were working for the company, but they would chat with people and do all kinds of fun stuff, and when really they had no intention of doing anything but working for the company. Is there a way to see that if that is the case in some of these situations?
It's sometimes hard to tell, and seeing the regulations that are going on with the users of online dating now gives me confidence that they are regulating the business more readily going forward. But generally, if you're not, like I was saying earlier, like if you're not actually having a real connection with somebody and they're not meeting you in person.
You just broke that.
I just broke the microphone. I'm sorry.
I told you not to grab it, didn't I?
You did.
That's okay.
I'm going to fix it.
Sorry,
I'm going to fix it. I'm handy.
Sure.
The show's over. The
show's over. Then in the end,
how's that?
Okay,
I won't touch it again. I told you I talk
Don't
with my hands.
touch it. Don't touch it. Reach over there. No.
Okay, we're done. So, yeah, but if you go with one of the major sites like a Match.com or an eHarmony or Zeus, like they're held to a higher standard of integrity.
Okay, you talk about eHarmony, you talk about Match, talk about Zeus. Give us a couple others that are held to a high.
Well, I write for JDate, which is affiliated with Spark Network, so they have a lot of niche sites that are all part of the same group.
How about Plenty of Fish, and how about with the singles thing, and how about
Plenty of Fish? Generally it can be a great site, and I know people that have had some success on it, but I tend to steer my clients towards the paid sites because I always say you kind of
get what you pay for.
Right? So, that site, a lot of times people are not really looking for a long-term relationship.
Okay, do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Come back here.
I'm
not talking about walking around the other side. Come back on the show one of these days, will you?
Yeah, I would love to.
This has been fun.
Thank you.
Did you have a good time?
I did.
Do you think we got the message across?
Yeah. But
Okay.
I'd love to come back and talk more.
We're going to do that. But right now, guess what's going to happen? That music's going to start, and it's all over, baby. It's all over, baby. Okay, so we're done. We're done. See you later. This has been a Cool Change Radio Network here. The Quick Fix. Again, I'd like to give a great big thanks to Fred Siegel and our friends from around the globe for supporting our charity, the Cool Change Foundation. You too can help the foundation help the mom, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. Simply send your donation of love and support directly to the foundation, www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. We thank you for everything. I also like to thank our guest, the fabulous Damona Hoffman, a.k.a. Dear Mrs. D. Check her out at www.dearmrsd.com, mrsd.com. I also like to thank the people who make this show happen. Our fantastic engineers, Rob Gainey, author Rockin' Your Stage Sound, available in bookstores now. Our fitness expert, Buddy Paul Medrano, who kicked out of here today. He'll be back with us again tomorrow. The show is produced by Bradley Quick Productions. It's been made possible by Fred Siegel, YouTube, Google, Buzzbros, the Salvation Army, Universal Studios, Milestones Ranch Malibu, Tim Allen, Marilyn Toth, Carrie White, and many others, including the Cool Change Foundation. Remember, it's time for a cool change with the Cool Change Foundation. Now go out there, meet people, say hi, extend your hand, be nice, be sincere, and be authentic, all right? Good luck in your dating. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.